Hey guys, this is Rachel Youngston here from useplr.com and wholefoodplr.com. We are here with our weekly PLR Power Hour. This is where we ask questions, we get resources, we talk about ways to use that repurposed content and to get it making money for you. Today we have a special guest and she is going to be showing us how to use Facebook ads, which is really super important for a lot of obvious reasons. But if you're part of our Use PLR members group, this is specifically important for you. And the reason is because over in that group, we are doing a blogging challenge where every week we are committing to blog once or twice during the week. At the end of 5 weeks, we're going to take those blog posts and turn them into a free report to have on our website. And then that's where these Facebook ads come in, because after that free report is on your website, you can then drive traffic to that website with these Facebook ads. That's my goal for you and my goal for myself as well. So during this kind of crazy-ish time, not apocalyptic, but this kind of frustrating time, I know that a lot of people are experiencing sales slumps. And so one thing that we did within our group was brainstormed ways to kind of make the best use of this time and still use this time to grow our business and reach new people and make our businesses work for us. So that's where wonderful Christina comes in. Christina and I did some coaching, gosh, I want to say last year.
Yep.
At some point, and we got to talking, and she knows how to do Facebook ads, and I do not know how to do Facebook ads. So the whole way this came about was I said, hey, I will pay you to teach me. Please teach me how to do it. And then it kind of morphed into her being generous and saying, hey, I'll teach your group. So here we are. So thank you very much, Christina. I really, really appreciate your time. And
you are so welcome.
I'm so excited. So yeah, it's all yours, my friend. And please let me know if there's anything I can do. For everyone else, I'm going to be keeping track of the chat. So let us know if you have any questions in there, please. Okay. And it's all yours.
So I'm going to hit that screen share. Now, believe me, everybody, I'm not a Zoom techie, so I'm learning as I go here. And then I'm going to hit my PowerPoint. Is that what it is?
Yes, ma'am.
Share. Okay. I'm going to share just my overall. I have a PDF, but I think just doing it with the PowerPoint is going to be the best, guys. So this is going to be week 1 of, we're going to do 2 weeks. There's a lot to learn when it comes to to Facebook ads. I'm going to, hopefully by the time this is over, you can make an ad to draw awareness to your brand. I kind of wrote all that stuff down, but I just kind of want to let you know how I got to start. I got challenged on this, taking a Facebook ad course, and she made us go out and find someone to do ads for. So I did it. I had success. The doctor gave my name out, and then everybody was calling. So I did it for like 18 months. I learned a lot. So it's kind of how I got into the Facebook ads. So I just want to get into it. I don't want to hear all my history. So here's what you'll learn the first week. Why we run ads, your Facebook business page, those who may or may not have it, the Facebook pixel, how to create it, where to place it, there's Chrome extensions for both the Facebook helper and the Google Tag Manager. Where'd my screen go? And where to find them, and I'll show you everything and how you can put them in. It's simple. If you're afraid to touch your website, you can have someone do it for you if you have a web developer. So, and also, if you're going to join into the next week's training, do what I teach on here. Do your Facebook page, place your pixel, place your Google Manager, because next week is when we get into the nitty gritty of putting the whole ad together. But you have to have all these pieces in order to do your ad. Now also, if Rachel wants to hand this out to you guys when we're done, I have it all written on this. So if you don't want to take notes, you don't have to. It's all on this presentation, okay? So let's get to my next one. So the first step is, no matter what you do, read all of Facebook terms and agreements of their Facebook ads blueprint. You can get your account canceled, permanently closed, or suspended. And these are the few top things that you are not allowed to have on your ad. No porn, no nudity, no alcohol advertisements, marijuana, or stating a health benefit that you have no proof of. You don't own the rights to any of the proofs, and you can't make an FDA statement. So those doing like weight loss and they have a product, like a drink, they can't make any health statements about that. They just won't approve your ad. Swimsuits regarding nudity, it's a hit and miss, because there's some swimsuits that don't have a back to them. They will not allow that on an ad. So I'm not going to go over and teach you how to do your Facebook page, but you need a Facebook business page that is separate from your personal page. So just go into your personal account and then create a Facebook page. Go in there and fill everything that you can out on that page. Don't be shy. Hit every link, hit every tab, look at it, fill it out. The more information, the better your ad will work, because it's going to build your target audience. And the other thing too, when creating your Facebook ad, make sure there's going to be a tab where it's going to ask you who the owner is. Lessons have been learned from this. You are the owner and only you. Don't give your web designer, don't give your Facebook ad manager, if you have one, owner. Once your brand starts building and there looks like it could take off, your page can be stolen by whoever you have as the owner. You have no rights to that page. Facebook will tell you, I'm sorry, you should have known, you should have read the terms and agreements, and you would have known that you are the owner. Please, just, if that's anything you do with your Facebook page, you are the owner, only you. If you have a partner, hopefully you trust that partner, because the same thing, they can knock you out, lock you out of that page, and you have no rights to the page. So when we're talking about a Facebook a pixel, I can't even read my little thing. Each Facebook ad has what they call a pixel, and it is to track. You're going to put this on your website, but you will also put it on, if you use landing pages, or is it Optimopster or something, you will always want to put a code at the header of that page. Any page that someone's going to touch and look at, you'll want that pixel on there. No, because that will help you track where they're coming from. And anytime they're coming from Facebook, Facebook has all that information. They have our age, they have our birth dates, they have where we live, they know our family, they know our kids' ages. So when you're filling out that, they're collecting data, and we're giving them permission to do it. And that's how this pixel works. So I think I put these a little bit out of order maybe, but here's how you will go in and create your pixel. I put a website up there. It's called business.facebook.com. When you go into there, it should automatically log you into your Facebook account. When it does, you're going to see this first, your business manager page. You see that they call it a hamburger. You'll click on that. And the next thing you're going to see is this page. You're going to click the events manager. And let me see something, if this works. I'm hoping it'll work. Let's do this. If at the end, if anybody wants to see what they look like, I have all my tabs open for my Facebook, for the Facebook where this is located. I have everything open if anybody has questions or want to look at it.
That would be great. Thank you, Christina. I appreciate that.
Because sometimes screenshots don't do it.
Okay. And for everyone, while Christina's talking, if you have anything that you want addressed at the end as well, can you please throw that in the chat and we will be sure to address it.
Now I want to be honest with you guys. I'm not a trainer. I'm not like Rachel who can I'm kind of nervous because I don't do this.
It's okay, sweetheart. Don't worry at all.
I don't want to talk too fast.
No, you're doing fine. And the thing of it is, if there's a question that's too big for today, or there's a question that we don't have an answer to, I always tell my audience that I'll get the question to them. And they've even given me like their email addresses before so that I could follow up with them after the meeting. Perfect. So don't worry at all. I've got you covered, I promise.
Thank you very much. I don't want anybody to be, I want this to be understood, and I want them to leave knowing that they can do an ad. Okay, so you'll hit the event manager. Then I think it looks like an octopus, but right there, it's called data sources. So after you click on your events manager, scroll down and click data sources, and farther down, it's going to say pixels. So create your pixel. It's easy. It'll just say, you click that button, and I think do I got the screen, next screen? So there it says set up. So once you hit that data source, you're going to go hit setup and then install your pixel. Not to scare you guys, but so when it says install your pixel, this is what's going to come up. You're going to manually add your pixel. If you just read this, it says follow guided. It's simple. I promise you. I just couldn't get screenshots of all this because my screenshot software, if I moved my mouse, it didn't allow me to click it. Your pixel is going to show up. And all you're going to do is take your mouse, click on that pixel code. Wait a minute, I got a screenshot of that. So here's your pixel code, the big old pixel code. All you're going to do is hit it, and it's going to automatically copy to your clipboard. But before we go in and do that, if you have a website, you're going to want to go and you're going to want to insert a header or a footer plugin. Now, I don't know where you guys are at on how you handle your websites, but you'll go in and get I use this plugin, and when you look at plugins, you always want to have one that you see there are over 300,000 users, because then it's updated frequently, and that it's working for others. Read the reviews too. So
great tip.
Just insert that or your plugin. I think I did all kinds of. So once you put that header footer, you'll go to your settings. You'll activate it. My face is getting in the way. There we go. And this is where you're going to place that code. That's it. And then you'll save it. That's how simple placing your Facebook code is. It's a matter of creating it, copying it, and putting it into a header on your website, which is right there in your back end under settings. And I think I took a picture of that too.
Hey,
Yeah,
Christina, can I
yeah.
ask you a quick question? I'm sorry. What's the name of that plugin again?
Um, it's exactly insert headers and footers.
Okay.
This is a screenshot of it.
Thank you.
And then, so as you're looking at your settings, I had that out of order. You'll see at the bottom of your settings, it says headers and footers. Hit the headers and footers. And this, so like I said, here's what a whole pixel looks like. You're going to see where it says Facebook pixel code, but where the script is, that's for any code snippet that you have, you will always want exactly what that's showing on the back end of your website. Go ahead and leave that Facebook pixel code name there, because all that does is give a web designer and anybody who's working with your code snippet, if it's you or a web designer, like I said, they'll know what that is. Otherwise, to them, that the people won't know what this snippet of code is. So this is always, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't affect anything how the pixel works, but it does let you know what it is. So once you place it, the top of the pixel, okay, we just went over that, will always show that pixel code. And here, and there's the bottom of it. Is there any questions on that? Because I know I think I went ring around the rosy on that one.
We don't have any questions right now. Joe did give a nice piece of advice for those of you who are not using WordPress. Thank you for that, Joe. She says if you're using an HTML page, not WordPress, you'd put the pixel between the bracket head tags so that you can track people. Thank you very much, Joe, for letting us know that. Janai says she's using Constant Contact for her website. Is that not a, I assume, I don't know anything about that, Janai, but we can figure that out for sure.
Well, Constant Contact is like an email. It's like an email, and you keep track of your sales. So she's right. She could put that in. If she has like the paid version, they can put it on their header of their emails. But unless she has it on Facebook, it's not going to track from Facebook, if that makes sense. They have to be in communication with Facebook.
So is that basically saying if I have a code, then I need a Facebook ad that's coming to that landing page where that code is at?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Does that make sense, Janai? Thank you, Greg. Yeah, I didn't know. Yep, Joe says she means you're talking about the landing pages, and you should be able to edit that HTML. Is everybody on the same page? Does anyone have any questions before we move on? If so, please let us know. Joe says look for the bracket head tags.
Yeah, that's
Great. And Janai, if you have any questions after the fact, we're going to have all these PowerPoint slides in the group for everyone, but feel free to let me know, and I will reach out to some other folks and get some answers for you. So thank you, Christina.
And when they say the header code, you see where my arrow is pointing on the script? That is always where you'll start. So if you look at that, there's the less than and equal to, and then you go down to the bottom when it says no script, that's where it ends. I just wanted to show both of those due to the different way the beginning of a code starts and the way it ends. Okay. Sometimes they're different depending on what, like Joe said, with the HTML. I almost said HDMI cable. But. So while you're in there searching for your headers and footers, This is also a screenshot of the Google Tag Manager. Now, some people have Google Analytics. This is still with Google Analytics, but what we've come to find out is the Google Analytics, unless you are a numbers guru, can be confusing. So Google Tag Manager was made for people like myself who is not a numbers person. It's also a lighter plugin. So you got to remember, behind those screens, these pixels are firing, these snippets of codes are firing milliseconds, and they have to get up there, one, so you rank well with Google. Your visitors don't leave because of a slow loading website or landing page or wherever you put this. So Google Tag Manager, it's simple, and all you have to do is install it, activate it, and your code is already there. We used to have to do copy and paste like we did with the Pixel, but they have updated their plugin and the code is there. So it works with Facebook Pixel, and it's simple. And on their back end, again, is where you'll go into that and see where your website visitors are coming from. And they can be coming from Instagram, they can become Facebook, they can be come from Google search. This doesn't just pertain to Facebook. Anywhere your visitors are coming from, this Google Tag Manager will tell you. Then we're going to go into, after you get all these installed, you're going to go into, you'll have to use Chrome to use these little extensions that also help you monitor your ads without you going into your website every time just to see what activity is going on. So Facebook has what's called a Facebook Pixel Helper. It's in your Chrome extension. So if you're using Chrome, all you would do is, this is what my ribbon looks like. I did block out some, but this is what my Google ribbon looks like. And there's my Facebook Pixel. Okay, so this is how you get to that, the extensions. Log into your Google account. Oh my goodness, did I just? Okay, I can't see it because of my face. So this is how you do it. So you go into your, this will help us. So we'll log into our Google, and when you get there, you're going to see your 3 hamburgers or your hamburger. Click that. I think I'm losing it, Rachel.
Don't worry, my friend.
And you'll see this page. So I had it in order correctly. And it's going to say extensions. Hit the extensions. Oh, I suck. Look for your Facebook Pixel Helper. Just put it in search, Facebook Pixel Helper. This is exactly what it looks like. So when you install the extension and follow the prompts and activate it, you'll get where it's blue, and then it'll tell you it's activated. It's going to show up on your ribbon up there where I had it. What happens is when someone comes visits your site, that pixel is going to ding, and you're going to see, oh, there's activity on my Facebook pixel. So you can click on that and it'll take you to your, it'll show you what's going on in behind the scenes, like where they came from, are they still there? The same with the Google Tag Manager. It's called Tag Assist by Google. You want to do the exact same thing you followed with your Facebook Pixel Helper. You'll want to go to find Tag Assistant. choose it, activate it, and always read the details of what both of these are so you know what it's doing for you. It'll give you lots of information if you go under details. And it's the same thing. It'll give you a little notice at the top of your Google ribbon what that someone's there, or they're not there but they were there. So man, Rachel, I think I flew through that.
No, it's okay, my friend, because we are about halfway through the hour, and that gives us more than enough time to address any questions that everyone has. And if you feel comfortable to open some of your tabs, if you
Yeah,
feel comfortable doing that. I did want to let everyone know, Jo gave a good piece of advice as well. She said she checked the landing pages in Aweber, and there are 2 fields there for Google Analytics and for Facebook Pixel. So if you're using Aweber, you don't have to edit the HTML there. Again, though, just as a reminder, whatever page you're putting that pixel on, you need to be sure that that is the page that's in your ad. Is that correct, Christina? So that they can
correct.
communicate with each other.
Yep. Now,
All right.
I guess at the end of this, when I was doing this, I was just wanting to put some things out there. When you're creating your Facebook ads, again, please read over everything. Don't be afraid to explore. Click on, like I said earlier, all the tabs, all the buttons, read them, see if it pertains to you. Because everything you put into that Facebook page is going to help you build your audience. And and to know your audience, Facebook will give you more information than you've ever dreamed. It'll be able to tell you exactly what magazine they read, what groups they're in, because later when we do this, Facebook allows you now to tag groups in your ads. Before, that was a no-no. So you'll be able to go, if you know that your group reads health magazines, we'll go with diabetes. So if they're in a diabetic group, you can tag that group. And it's, even if you're in it, they'll be able to tag those in that group. You won't know them, Facebook does. So the more you fill out, the better. And Facebook's always changing, especially their algorithm. I don't know who knows more about it than Facebook, because we don't, but pay attention to your page and all that beautiful information that's on it. Because once you get back into that back end of your pixel, you're going to see all your insights. You're going to see the data, which I'll show you once we get off here. Facebook also has what's called a Facebook ads training blueprint. I went through it and I read through it and I learned a lot because it was made by Facebook. Don't be afraid to go on YouTube either. And if you're really interested in ads, you might get interested in them after doing them. Let's see, what else was it? If you decide not to create your own, and you want to hire, if you don't have a web designer, or please do your homework. Ask questions, ask to see their work. If they're telling you they're getting, 54 cents for each lead, have them show you the numbers. They have the numbers there behind the screen. So ask them. Don't just believe them, because Facebook ads can get quite expensive if you're not in control of your spending and budgeting. And then what it all comes down to is your credit card will be billed over and over.
And then you'll
So
have that outsourcing fee of whatever you're paying this person on top of that. So
exactly.
it can be a beast.
Yeah. And
Karen, I'm sorry, go ahead.
go ahead. No.
Karen has something that she'd like to talk about. She said she created a pixel for her WordPress site. She chose the option to install it. She's having some grief with it. She wants to know if she should go back and do a manual install.
I
And
would delete it.
okay.
And that Facebook helper, will show you if it's oh my god, it will, if it's installed correctly. It'll give you a green light.
So then I assume she should add the extensions first and then delete it,
Yeah,
the pixel.
yeah, and go back in and do it again. Always, always, please, people, always, always, back up your before you put any plugins or delete any plugins, before you put any code. Please back up your website or whatever you're using. Back it up. Anything can happen, and you wouldn't want to lose everything you had on your site.
Oh my gosh, yes, my friends, because that is another area where you will lose a lot.
Oh
It's
yeah.
time and frustration, but even if you pay somebody to take care of that for you, it's a
Oh,
headache no matter what.
yep.
So,
Back up, back up, back up. Like real estate agents say, location, location, location. Back up,
mhm.
back up, back up.
Yes, yes, yes. Like that's the one thing, like especially when you're getting started in business, you don't really know like which way should I go first, what should I do first? Because there's so many wheels to a business, right? There's the email, there's the website, there's the customers, there's the products. But um, backing things up should be one of the first priorities because it just takes a bad day for everything to go kaput.
Yep.
And that would be really bad.
Just takes
So
one
yeah.
little mistake.
So does anyone have any questions while we're here? Karen says she backs up every day. Way to go, Karen. Good job.
Yes.
I use a site called Carbonite that supposedly backs me up every day. We'll see.
I heard great things about Carbonite.
Yeah, it's very low cost. I think it cost me like $50 for the year. So I was really impressed with that. But that being said, I haven't had use to worry about anything. I think it's all good, but we'll see. I've heard good things about it too, though.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Any
So,
other questions? Please spit them out because I know I went through that fast and I know that
so
I'm a little
just
confusing.
no, it's okay. So just so we're all on the same page, the extensions are in either or. Is that correct? So they'll get the Facebook Pixel plugin or the Facebook Pixel extension, or should they have both?
Oh, we want both.
Both. So
Both.
both of those Chrome extensions and both of those WordPress plugins.
Yes.
Okay. And we will have, with the PowerPoint slides that are going to be in the group, everyone, I will have the notes. I'll have the names of all that stuff in that post as well. So you'll be able to grab those if you need them.
Yeah, I did a PDF for her. So for Rachel. So I'll send that to Rachel and Rachel can have it available to you guys. Maybe going through it on your own will be a little better than me swapping through different screens.
No, I mean this is great. This is great because it's something that not everyone knows how to do, and it's like you said, like I do these power hours every week, so I'm comfortable at this point. But I mean, there was a time when I wasn't. And you do Facebook ads, or even though you might not love them, you do them and you know how to do them, so you're much more comfortable doing that than I am. So let's see.
So what I'm showing here right now, guys, is just your events manager, and that's that. But again, you can get to it from business.facebook.com.
Are you on a website right now?
I'm on business.facebook.com.
We still see the PowerPoint slides.
Oh,
So
how do
if
I? Oh, it
you
said something about your screen sharing is paused.
so if you go back down to your screen sharing, you should be able to get an option to restart it.
So if I go back to
The green folder that's at the bottom, just click on that and then a list of options will come up.
It's not showing anything, Rachel.
Okay, I tell you what, I'm going to bump you out of screen sharing real quick, and then you can jump back in. Maybe that'll refresh it, and that'll help you.
Okay.
All right, so now you'll go back into that green folder.
Yeah.
And it will give you a warning saying, hey, someone else is sharing their screen. You'll bump them out, and you just say, okay. And then you just go back through and hit share website or share desktop, I'm sorry.
It says you cannot share while they're, and it won't let me bump.
Okay. Let's try one more time. Marsha Grace, good to see you, my friend. I know that name.
Huh.
No?
Nope. Share? No.
Mm-hmm.
I pressed the share and then.
There you go.
Are you seeing my website now or
Yep.
Facebook? Perfect. Thank you. Thank you.
Sure.
So this is what it looks like behind on a Facebook. In the events planner there, it shows you all. So I couldn't screenshot all this, but since I already have a pixel made on this, it's not going to let me make another pixel. That's why you don't see create pixel.
Okay.
If I go over to the setup, that's where it says install pixel. So if I install it, or this is when it all comes up. You can also email it to a person who's going to install it for you. Facebook makes it easy for you, but they also make it easy so that you'll spend money with them. So, so there's where the manual one. And when it says the partner, that's where you're gonna, that's technical. I wouldn't touch anything with all that. I don't even understand it. If that makes sense. I never got dug into it. It's more about big businesses and how they collaborate with all these other different ones, and they all share it and gather the same information. If that's how I understand it. I don't touch it. Just do the manual, or have your web designer or your Facebook ads manager do it for you. But this is stuff I was going to go into with everybody next week.
Okay.
On exactly, because once you do everything that I went through, you'll completely understand how to create an ad much easier knowing all that information today than you will coming into it into the second half.
So then we're going to go ahead and, if it's okay with you, Christina, we'll go ahead and we'll wrap before the hour is up this week. We'll go over our homework, and then next week, after you've done all your homework, then we will all come back here and we'll be able to put all of that into action.
Yep.
Cool.
And if Rachel, if anybody has questions during that week, send them my way, or give them my email address. I mean, they can contact me or go to my Facebook and leave me a message. And I will answer them questions.
Yeah, feel free to let me know if you need me to get in touch with Christina on your behalf or send you over to her. You can also tag me in the Facebook group, tag Christina in the Facebook group. She's over there. And we will be more than happy to do whatever we need to do.
And I'm happy if somebody wants to do a Zoom call and they want to do what Rachel's doing, we can try it and see how well we can do it alone without Rachel.
I will help you however I can.
Look at your screens and tell you what you can do or not do.
I will help you however I can, my friend. Even if that's being a silent person while I'm doing other stuff while you guys do a Zoom call, and then I just jump in if you have a question. Whatever you need is fine. So did you have anything else you wanted to talk about before I give us our spiel?
You can just give the homework and then
Sure will. So Christina is really great at all these Facebook things, and I'm really excited that she was able to give us her time and her energy. Um, the thing about Christina is she's doing this without a sales pitch, so which is really amazing. So I'd really encourage you to try to connect with Christina however you can, because she's going to be doing great things, and it's always good to be reciprocating. You know, people help you, people help us. You know, this Use PLR community that we have is one where we're big on um, reciprocating and helping others and being of service to each other. Um, if you're in our group, remember these ads are going to come full circle for you in just another couple of weeks, because what we're going to be doing with our blogs is turning them into a report, and then we're going to be turning that report into uh, we're going to have a Facebook ad going to those free reports. So imagine doing that for the next couple of months. You know, I've timed it out. It takes me like 30 minutes to do a blog post. Some of our other members, it takes less time. Some it takes more, but a lot of us are using PLR to do these blog posts. Others of us are repurposing content we already have. So we're trying to make it as stupid simple as possible to get blog posts up and then turn them into something else. So if you're part of our group, just know that this is all going to come full circle really quickly. And if you choose to continue to do a cycle like this, do some repurposing, create blog posts out of something that you used to have, or create checklists every week, or something that you can then turn into a report, then you do this 5 or 6 times in the next, I don't know, 5 or 6 months, you've got a lot of power there in your business. So it's pretty exciting when you start to think of it that way. Christina tapped a lot into looking at our analytics and looking at where our traffic is coming from, and reading that and learning how to kind of gauge our audiences and who is interested in what we have to offer. And I'm sure that as we start getting those insights back, we're going to learn so much about all of that stuff. And of course, the Facebook group is always there for you as a means of support. Always feel free to ask questions there. Always tag me in anything. And we will have these PowerPoint slides ready for you. Or I'm sorry, I'll have the PDF up in probably the next hour in the group. So just to recap on the homework, we are going to be getting a Facebook business page. We're going to be installing the plugins, the header and footer plugin, the Google Tag Manager. We're going to be installing the Chrome extensions, Facebook Pixel Helper, and Tag Assistant. And we're going to be creating that. Do we actually create that first pixel and add it into our header this week, Christina?
Yeah, because you only have one pixel, and then later we'll go through all the 9 standard events.
Okay.
Like awareness, brand building, conversions, leads.
Ooh, such exciting stuff. If you don't use WordPress, if you use HTML, feel free to ask us any questions on our Facebook group as far as that as well. I think Joe answered most of those questions, which was a really sweet thing for you to do, Joe. But yeah, so we will get cracking on this. Feel free to jump in anytime with that blog challenge if you choose to, because we're doing this primarily for us and our own businesses. But the other thing is, if there's anyone in the group that has the same niche as you, I always encourage people to kind of come together, because that way I can promote you, you can promote me, I can do a guest blog post for you, you can do, you know, something for me. We're both helping each other's communities, and we're growing our own community at the same time. Lots of great things there. So everyone is saying thank you. Amy says thank you, Christina. Brenda says thank you. Karen says thank you, it was very helpful. Joe says thank you, have an awesome week. Thank you, Joe. Same to you, my friend. Greg says thank you. Brenda says it was interesting. Thank you, Christina. So lots of great feedback. I will see everybody back here next Tuesday, 1 p.m. Eastern. Let us know in the group if you have any questions.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you again, Christina. Very, very wonderful stuff here. And I will tap you if I need anything, but we'll get that post up, and I'll tag you in the post as well.
Please.
Yeah. And if you could just send me,
I'll do it right now.
thank you very much. I appreciate that.